Hi, hello, good afternoon, everyone. Let me take a couple of seconds to greet Dr. Rifai, my former boss at UNWTO. I'm very pleased to see you, as well as always, Dr. Rifai. Well, I'm going to share with all of you here today why we in Malaga are considered the most smart tourism city in Europe, not because we were the smart tourism capital, but all the investments in terms of technology that we are now having in here. Can we go to the slides, please? Sure. Well, in the meantime, I want to to tell you that the smart city strategy of the city of Malaga comes from more than 12, 15 years ago. The vision of our mayor transformed the city to be considered, as I mentioned to you now, the most important smart tourism city in Europe. We decided to get into the technology, but basically because we truly believe that a city based on and ruled by technology for citizens is good for travelers and not just the opposite. I hope I can show you some examples I brought in here and some videos as well. In the meantime as well, I want to make some commercials as Minister Edmond. Malaga is the official candidate city for Expo 2027, and the topic of our bid is the sustainable tourism cities. So basically, we really consider we have the best project to make it happen. Good. Thank you very much, guys. Well, let's get into this. A quick brief info from Malaga. We are based in southern Spain, facing Africa. We are very close with Middle Eastern cultures and African cultures and Northern African cultures as well. And our position is very strategic since we have a huge history of plus 3,000 years of history. We have been conquered by Phoenicians, Romans, Greeks, Muslims and Christians. And so imagine how open is our DNA and how welcoming is our city. 600,000 population, plus 35 museums, plus 325 days of sunshine by year, 6.4 million visitors, 20 million passengers in our airport every year, plus 45,000 foreign residents in the city of Malaga. And a couple of important things: we are the birthplace of Picasso. Next year is the 15th anniversary of the pass away of Picasso, and it's a world celebration which has been organized by the French government and the Spanish government. We are the fourth airport in Iberian with plus 150 direct routes. Okay, but the technology begins in here. We have currently plus 200 smart city projects running in the city. We are the hometown of the National Digital Contents House, which is the pole of all innovations and startups in Spain. And we are considered the European Silicon Valley with plus 600 companies, including 3 unicorns that I want to show you right now. In terms of the quality of tourism and how important is for us the sustainability, this is an index which has been created by 10 universities in Europe, including in Spain, the only one is the University of Malaga. Considering different segments of tourism, HNYI, sustainable, cultural, gastronomy-based, and nature. And as you can see, Malaga is currently within all the cities in Europe, by far the one which is considered much more skilled and much more, let's say, keen into sustainability. Let's have a look to this video.
For the first time, just entering the city, you knew that you wanted to come back. Malaga comes top of the surveys concerning quality of life in Europe. It is open, it shouts at you and welcomes you. It makes you fall in love with it. Malaga is one of those places that has everything. Its museums, its cuisine, its fantastic climate, and its people make it the go-to city in Spain.
'Cause there's a fire in my heart, I feel the heat of falling stars, I keep running down around the road. Couldn't tell you where it starts, gotta find a piece of piece of
Coming to Malaga is always a gift because Malaga has everything you need. Mediterranean, modern. A city that enjoys an undeniable international reputation, widely recognized and deserved.
I've been a mile high, been low, seen 100 skies or so. Haven't found a home, but God knows I won't rest, won't slow. Waking with the sun, I'm gone to see what's waiting there. 'Cause there's a fire in my heart, feel the heat of falling stars that keep running down around me. Tell you where it starts, gotta find the missing parts, a piece of heaven I can call mine. Feel it down inside, you know it's gonna come. Baby, where you gotta go? It's a big, big world, and you gotta roll.
There is no doubt that places such as this capture your heart. If you have come once, you will come back. And so, what are you waiting for? Malaga. Where better?
It's nice to see a couple of lights. Also, we have in London, but so deep in here. So, as I told you, we have plus 200 smart city projects in the city, and everything comes from the digital pole. So, what's the evolution of the Malaga smart and tech? These are some kind of media titles you can find in the professional media right now about how are we attracting investments from massive companies and the most important companies in the world to the city of Malaga. The last one, the World Cybersecurity Center of Google, that rather than choose in New York or London or Frankfurt or Sydney, came to Malaga. 2 days ago, they launched the official video of the opening, but it's only a couple of days since Citibank also came to Malaga, bringing the junior analyst department from London to Malaga. I want to show you about Google.
This could be the moment we've been waiting for, the chance to feel alive. Nothing's gonna stop us, nothing's gonna top this, nothing like we've ever seen. And I raise my hands to the sky, what a feeling, this is where it all begins. This is where it all begins. This is where it all begins. 'Cause this could be the best day of our lives, yeah. This is where it all begins.
Good. It's about 550 employees coming to the city in the next couple of months. That is a total of 25,000 people working in Malaga Valley. Malaga Valley in the last 10 years grew up until to be 639 companies, including Entity Data, IBM, Oracle, Vodafone, Accenture, Caterpillar, Deloitte, Ericsson, and Huawei, Oracle, etc. As you can imagine, our city became a natural living lab for all these technologies to be implemented in the city. So we are blessed and gifted by all these companies that are trying and spreading pilot projects around the city. Well, but for us, it's important to be considered a very nice city for living, for visiting, and also for investing, as the examples I brought to you. But as I told you, 13 years ago, it all began with a vision of our mayor of becoming the most smart, sustainable city in Spain, that later it evolved to be considered also in Europe. And it took us through 5 steps. The first one is it began in 2008, thinking on what smart city projects and digitalization projects could be executed in the next 9 years.
بدأ هو مو شايف العرض
Somebody is in the Zoom yet connected. The second is the tech innovation strategic plan from 2018 until 2022. And this took us to win in 2020 2 big announcements. One, to be considered the most smart tourism destination in Spain, and 2020-2021, the European Capital of Smart Tourism. Finally, last year, we showcased the tourism strategic plan for Malaga for the next 3 years. So which concrete examples I can share with you, including these plans, for example? We in the city, we track everything happening there with the most innovative tools you have ever seen. We get all our budget and we distribute it among all the different areas that the city council controls. Energy management, waste management, services for citizens, also the repayment of the city. So you can see some examples. It's kind of video, but it's pretty much similar on how we get the most to get the best and most efficient lights, the best and most efficient energy, the best way to deal with our parks, the environment of the city, always tracking our budget and thinking what's the best way through artificial intelligence models and algorithms that help us to find out what is the most effective way to invest the money. So basically, it helps us to squeeze our budget as much as we can imagine, and no human person can do as these constant artificial intelligence algorithms are doing within our city. So this is an example on how we do use and how do we work in the city from 10 years ago on this city. But what's going on in the future? For example, our buses and our sharing cars now is 100% electric or gas moved and gas filled in the city. We want to become zero carbon city by the next year. We have all these wind power light bulbs in all the promenade along the city, so it gets also super green energy to be used. And as I told you, we became the smart tourism destination in 2020 in Spain, and these are the medias. In orange color, you can see the medium average of scores of the rest of Spanish cities and country, and blue was our average. So basically, that took us to win, becoming 94% in innovation. Based on the benchmarking that it took us, being the European Smart Tourism Capital, we got a lot of benchmarking from other cities. And a lot of European cities are coming to Malaga to learn, and your countries and your cities are more than invited to come and get the most of our technologies and our knowledge. Finally, the fifth point is, okay, let's go for a strategic tourism plan, and let's get the most of these 600 companies to implement plans in the city and technologies in the city. For example, what did we implement? First of all, let's talk about investments. Have a look to this. This is a video on the open investments now we have in the city to transform, which is gonna be the future of the city by 2024. I will go explaining as well in the way. There are 10 massive projects that are going to change the city as a whole. First of all is the city center, you will see right now. We want to remove all the traffic from the city center, and it takes a massive investment that we are now dealing with it. You can have a look on the 10 areas we are now actively trying to boost. And you will see some examples on what we want to do in some of them. The city center, the pedestrian area, no cars. Actually, currently there are no cars allowed, and everything is going to be open for walking, connecting with the mountains of the Arabian Castle and the Christian Castle. The problem that we have in the city is that every time we want to build something, as for example this sustainability cultural center, we find thousands of ruins from ancient civilizations in the city, and we have to put in value. We really are proud of our roots, and that's very challenging to handle. In the city center as well, in the areas which, for example, Soho, we want to become the most sustainable cultural pole with all the theaters and bars fueled by green electricity. Or the river project is one of the historic projects of the city. We're going to turn it as the way of Valencia, for example, for citizens to walk along the river and to be powered as well the lights and the water funds by green electricity. As I told you, our challenges are taking the most of our heritage and bringing for citizens. If we move away from the city, our Congress Center is going to double the size in the next 3 years because city became small right now. Another iconic project going more to the west is the shopping area, but the most important thing is coming now, which is the technological pole that I want to show you. These areas that you can see, we want to occupy them for offices for startups, for offices for companies, not for citizens, because for citizens we want sustainable districts as the set district, which is now being built in Malaga. That is the first purely sustainable district for citizens in Spain. That's going to be the first one to be developed. Okay, some projects I want to showcase to you. Long time ago, we began with the beacons, with the intelligent signals and pushing messages in the telephones. Then during COVID, we got into an application that informs you about the situation and massification at the beaches, the quality of the water, the jellyfishes, the waves, the height, the temperature, the wind, in collaboration with the University of Malaga. We have an open data portal where we get all the data of the city, everything, cars moving, people moving, interactions, and we collect all this data to interpret all this data through artificial intelligence. We got all our museums and our tickets absolutely handled by technology, and we have a new application connected with a new, how do you say, dashboard of data of the city. But the last things we build in the city is this, for example, in all the cameras of the city, we install a layer that gets emotional tracking and recognition, of all the travelers in the city. So we match the GDPR because we don't record, it's not allowed. But as you can see there, in the light bulbs, in the streets, in the walls, we get the emotions, the happiness, the fear, the attractiveness. And we can see how the tourists are feeling in our city. And you can say, okay, that's good. But it would be great if only we can see how the Germans are. Yes, because the IP, we get it as well. So we can filter by nationality, and we can see which are the feelings of the different nationalities of the visitors. In Malaga, one startup created the first haptic sensitive jacket. It's a jacket that you can feel up to 100 feelings. Wind, water, hug, and okay, it could be for video games, but what's the vision of Malaga? We want to use it for disabled people to be able to stay in their homes and to feel Malaga from videos, from the television of the coach. We want to bring the experience for those that they want to feel the videos and the motion and the wind and the hug when you're walking in the city. In the meantime, you are watching a video of Malaga. What are we doing with Vodafone, for example, since we have the ID center in there? The first zero latency project on augmented reality in a city in the southern Europe. This is something we got from another of the companies in here. As well, from Telefónica, is the ruling company in Spain in data and telephones, which is O2 here in UK. On past tracks in the city, for example, Easter, we can see at that concrete moment, just sliding down the finger, how the Easter parade was walking through at that moment. So if you go and visit in summer your city, you can see what it was happening in the past as well, and live it in the same way with your speakers and the headphones. And the next step for us, we already jump into Web3. We created some skins, some avatars on Malaga, and we put it into the different metaverses that are already open. As for example, the Centraland, Open Space. We're working with Meta, since Meta is one of our companies in the digital pole in Malaga as well. And what we did in here is, okay, we have all these technology-based and sustainable-based technologies working for the city. We have the dashboard that controls in real time everything happening in the city, how many people from each country is in the city, where are they sleeping, what are they spending in collaboration with MasterCard and Visa. But we want to jump into new technologies. Next year, as I told you, is the 15th anniversary of Pablo Picasso's pass away, organized by Malaga, the government of Spain, and the government of France, and support by Leica, Lonely Planet, MasterCard, Turkish Airlines, and Virtuoso. What are we going to build to help people to celebrate this, no matter where they are? Two metaverse. A metaverse of the city of Malaga, up to 16,000 people at the same time, where you can see, you don't need the glasses, you can do it with your telephone, wherever you are, but if you have the glasses, the experience is much more complete, and you can walk around the city, you can touch your fellows, you can feel them, you can interact with the people in the metaverse, so we can promote the city of Malaga no matter the potential visitor is in the world. And this has been created with the help of these 600 companies that I told you. Concretely, this is the square, the main square of the Cathedral of Malaga. This is something that was created because it's doing by stages. And this is me, the one with the hands. I was doing and we recorded. And it's absolutely amazing. What are we gonna do? Getting getaways in the metaverse. So if you get in New York and you are in the fountain and you touch the water and you find kind of getaway, which is, free ticket to Picasso Museum. We interact with the people once they come to the city. They get some giveaways. And these giveaways contributes to becoming more green because we don't print papers, because we're taking care of these things. And finally, the most innovative thing, which are the only one destination in the world, we have it already, and New York already knocking our door to be the second, is the first NFT management system in the world. We have a dashboard with an embedded app to handle NFTs and to take NFTs around the city with the most sustainable blockchain in the world, which is Chia, that consumes only 0.01 energy that Bitcoin is funded by the Costa Rica government. And we can set NFTs wherever in the city to spread the floods of people. For example, 3 days ago, we had 7 cruises in the city. We took at the exit of the port, we took our colleagues of promotion, informing the people that they can hand free lunches, free entrances, free giveaways of t-shirts of Malaga Football Club in the city, telling them where are the NFTs. And people, we usually have a ratio of carrying capacity about 86% in the city center of the city. And with this initiative, we reduce it in the day of 7 cruises to 22%. So this is how technology works to make everything more sustainable. So basically, with all this mix of technologies, I would love to have another occasion to tell you more deeply how it works. We really want to get the most of top-tier tech, sustainability, tech investments, traveler engagement, no matter the decision process is in the stage, self-funding and travel expenditure. Finally, I leave you with a video of Expo 2027.
Malaga is Spain's candidate to organise the International Expo for 2027. The title of Malaga's proposal is The Urban Era Towards a Sustainable City. This topic is aligned with the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals for 2030 to make growth and development compatible with protecting the environment. Cities are facing the global challenge of working in an organised manner and cooperating at international levels to be more sustainable and habitable. The International Expo of 2027 in Malaga would allow the interchange of knowledge and solutions in order to make our cities pleasant places to live in and coexist. It would be an opportunity to share our scientific, technological and economic progress in the light of urban sustainability.
وصلنا بس انت ما شفتهم.
Malaga, birthplace of Pablo Picasso, and the capital of the Costa del Sol, is one of the most important tourist destinations in the world, recently increasing its international reputation with an exceptional transformation base on innovation and culture, whilst at the same time being committed to sustainability and the Sustainable Development Goals. The Expo grounds would be positioned to the west of the city, very near Malaga's university, its tech park, the main business parks, the airport, and its trade fairs and congress centre. The Expo would be held in an area of 250,000 square metres within the commercial triangle of the city, with a total area available of 800,000 square metres, including the land to the east and west of the exposition area, equipped for logistics and dwellings, near the railway station that connects Malaga with Madrid in just 2.5 hours by means of our high-speed train. Once the Expo 2027 has finished, Malaga will take advantage of the infrastructure to continue developing the city, incorporating new commercial and residential areas, as well as buildings dedicated to education, research, and development. Malaga, a booming Mediterranean city of 580,000 inhabitants, already possesses the necessary infrastructure to welcome the International Expo 2027. Namely, an international airport, rail links, an excellent range of hotels, and very good road connections. The latter is especially important as it reinforces the metropolitan character of the Expo, as it is near towns such as Alaurín de la Torre, Cártama, and Torremolinos. The urban era towards a sustainable city would be held from the 5th of June to the 5th of September 2027. Malaga, where better?
So we invite all your countries and ministers to support our candidacy because it's the only one of the 4 competing that is tackling sustainability. It's the only one which is focused on sustainability, and it's the best way to gather in all together in these challenges of the future. Thank you very much to all of you.